Good afternoon, dear students. My name is Vanessa Marquez. I am a student bachelor's degree in English as a foreign language. Today I am pleased to interview the tutor Jairo Peñeres, who will talk to us about the development to learning of English in the classroom.
Yes, good afternoon. Vanessa, are you here?
Tell me.
Yes, go on.
Oh,
Go on with the interview. Continue
okay,
with the
teacher.
interview. Yes.
First question. What
Eh,
methodology?
excuse me. First of all, is my introducing myself with my name. I'm Jairo Gutierrez de Piñeres, and I have a bachelor's degree in basic education with emphasis in foreign languages, especially in pedagogy for development of autonomous learning. And I have a master's degree, arts of degree in online education. Currently, I'm studying a doctoral program in science of education. I've been working at Duna for 15 years as a virtual and presential tutor, tracing heading in so many different virtual courses, especially attending indigenous and so many different students in so many different communities. Okay, the first question, what is it?
Okay, teacher. First question.
Yes, the first
What
question, please.
What methodological strategies do you recommend future teachers to develop in their classes?
Okay, yes. Okay, I recommend, for example, the CLL. CWL is Community Language Learning. CLL, but it's an especially uh, because they redefine the role of the teacher and students in the language classroom. But it's you can you can consider the CLL procedures a group of students. For example, they can sit in a circle with the teacher standing outside the circle. A student, for example, can whisper a message in the native language. The teacher translates it into the foreign language, English. In this case, the student repeats the message in the foreign language into a video, the role playing, dialogues, and so on. But I recommend this approach, the CLL, because the student and knower agree to language learning. A student present to the knower in the mother tongue, the local language and message, and he or she wishes to deliver to another. But it's very important, because this community language learning theory, to draw his account for the language theory underline this method.
Okay, teacher. The second question.
Yes.
What is the objective of applying this strategy?
Yes. For example, but it's important, for example, when you use ICT. The ICT is information and communication technology. I like this use. The use the where for example the computer assisting language learning, but it's a broad and ever changing discipline. The CALT, the CALL, is is any process in which a student uses a computer and as a result improve his or her language and add cover the wide range securing practice in the field. Using internet, video, vocabulary, grammar, exercise, interaction with the device, doing paying attention with the internet offer the best way to learn language other than immersion in an English speaking medium. The student's relationship with websites is more noticeable than with print-based texts. Internet user the student using internet may return to sites frequently or use internet for interaction to share their information and ideas. But it's important this digital technology is rapidly used by our student and teacher, not only in the classroom, but also in the personal life.
Okay, teacher. The third question. How relevant is classroom management in the training process?
Um, here, for here at this topic, for example, I like I like to make class fun. For example, applying the role playing. The role playing is an interaction, is a communication, is direct communication using the English as a communication approach. The role playing using dialogue is an excellent motivation and encouraging students to practice English all the time at the end of the class. The role playing is the perfect way to stay focused on the practical. Giving a student real life situation they're likely to encounter in the outside world will give them a chance to practice for the future in a safe environment inside the classroom. But it's an excellent didactical strategy because for making class fun using social media in class, you can have great conversation with friends and a stranger alike when you put yourself out of there on social media by including getting in your class. You're not only making language use practical, you're also bringing something a student do for fun into their learning. Try having them write short posts, for example, by chat, by WhatsApp, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, or start a class blog and have a student write the post and respond to comment from their classmate as well as the words at large.
Okay, teacher. The fourth question. Do you think it is possible to change students and teach them to a higher and deeper level of learning through a classroom climate that encourages them? Why?
Yes. Okay. I like, for example, to use the language for EFL processes in general education classroom, but it's important to know the language and and the and these contents. I've always thought about the English has so many different sizes and words. Uh, a student may understand one meaning, but doesn't know another, and so many different meanings. But English students just to sure they know the words and possibly multiple meaning associated with those words. But you as a teacher, but it's important be aware of a student needs, issue, problem, situation. But it's important to face the local situation that is situated. but it's important the local context. Your task as an educator, as a teacher, doesn't start from the walls of the classroom. You need to understand each student's family background and the current circumstances they're in. And they have to stay on track to support their family. You have to consider the homework assignments are not priority. But it's important to know your students' background. You should be more aware of who your students are, background, educational experience. But it's important all the time to take into account, to keep in mind the local content of students. You try to didactic that is important in a small town. Students are living their problem, their issue. Yes.
Okay, teacher. The 5 questions. What pedagogical advice could you share to take into account?
Okay, aforementioned, for example, but it's important, give feedback, but is give feedback all the time and using ICT with a CLL. But this is the community language learning is important because the students repeats in English message from 4 to ISO 3C. Student replace from a memory of role playing through dialogue and reflect up in the message it is changed during the language class. But but the motivation is important. Motivating a student to learn English, giving feedback. Always consider feedback carefully. The right quantity and quality of feedback is important for forming the right relationship with your student. If you spend too much time correcting every mistake or error they make, you'll end up distracting your student. They may respect your knowledge, but they won't feel connected to you personally. But it's important to give positive feedback like compliments and encouragement as well as criticism. When you have criticism you give, it's better to deliver it along with some positive feedback. Something difficult is a lot easier to hear when it's preceded and followed by something positive. That's why now a student will feel like you are picking on them. Picking on them is bullying, for example, but we have to avoid this picking on a student in class. But it's important, is a positive feedback all the time. Preferably, preferably in English all the time, no Spanish used in class.
Okay, teacher. Thank you so much.